Hello there, what is up? Commander here, welcome to my SummerSlam predictions video. Now there's a lot of matches here, so I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible at 30 matches, ridiculous amount for the show, so this could go on a bit. But yeah, speaking of that, half these matches even happened this week on Raw and SmackDown, so it's like, why do it again, you know? But well, let's get to it. First off, we have Akira Tozawa versus Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship, where Tozawa is now the new champion, which he won on Raw, which surprised the hell out of me. Now, some people said that it was stupid to have that match. I kind of disagree, because it probably just would have gotten overlooked on SummerSlam. Well, as you see, there's 30 matches. So I thought it was okay to have it on Raw. I don't know, it just seems weird to me to have Neville losing. But I would like it if they just go full on with this Neville thing and just make him go nuts, because that's what looks like it's happening. Looks like he's just gonna, lose it because of this loss, which would be good just to see it just totally deranged and going off the rails or whatever the saying is. I'd like to see that, but I don't think I see him winning it back here. So I think that Tozawa's gonna win. And I really like the whole Titus Worldwide thing. I think that's going great. Just let them be more themselves, and you've got gold in your hands, because like the backstage stuff on YouTube is really good stuff because it's from them and not scripted by some fella. So I'll go with Tozawa for the win. Speaking of the whole pre-show thing, people don't like that certain matches are on the pre-show and what have you. Well, if we were going to put a match on, I would put like Big Show and Big Cass. That could have went on the pre-show, one of the women's matches, but oh, that wouldn't be empowering to women if that happened. Oh no, we'd have to have a hissy fit on Twitter about that. Any other matches, I don't know. That would have been the only ones I'd have put on. Big Show and Cass, and then the women's matches could have went on. But I don't really have an issue with it. More matches on the pre-show means less yakking and more wrestling. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And people are like, oh, the Hardys are reduced to the pre-show. Oh, you're burying them. Well, it's that or no match. So you have your choice. More than half your roster isn't even on this show. So would you rather be there or have a match? But if it was me, there wouldn't even be none of this bloody 6-hour shows. But let's just leave that alone. Anyways, moving on, we have the New Day versus Usos with the tag titles, and it'll be Big E and Xavier Woods, as confirmed this week on SmackDown. So because then the Usos wanted a match with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston on SmackDown. But there hasn't really been a whole lot happened. The Usos attacked the New Day during their entrance thing one time. Oh, maybe there has, and then the Usos did like a mock New Day promo thing. I don't really remember anything the New Day's done. So yeah, there's that. I don't think the Usos will win it back, although they have been very dominant. So it would kind of make sense for them to win it back, I guess, since they've been so dominant. But I don't know if I see that happening. So I'll go New Day. Moving on, we have the Hardys and Jason Jordan versus the Miz and the Miz Taraj. This match happened on Raw, and Hardy's not won. I expect the same result again. And Miz had went sort of nuts on Instagram about this match and about Kurt Angle, how the title isn't even being defended. Yeah, I totally forgot Miz was Intercontinental Champion. He didn't even bring it out with him in that Brock Lesnar segment. It wasn't till like later in the show, or just after that, I was like, who the hell's Intercontinental Champion again? And then I was like, oh yeah, it's bloody Miz, and he didn't have the title with him. I don't understand the Raw booking of their mid-card title. They just treated like shit. I don't get it at all. Why not make the title mean something, So when someone wins it, it's a bigger deal. Like it was rumored at one time for Jason Jordan to beat the Miz here, but going by the booking they've done, I would have thought that would have been dumb to happen, because it would have meant nothing. But anyways, I would expect the Hardys not to win here again, but I mean, that would be all the faces winning on the pre-show, and I don't know if that's just gonna happen. But then again, Jason Jordan just sort of started this new thing on Raw, so I would be surprised to see him lose already. But they're not letting him wrestle, and he isn't getting over because of it. Let him wrestle, people will enjoy that. But no, this week on Raw, what's he doing? Rest holds. Crowd's gonna love that. Crowd's gonna so get him into that. That's gonna get him so over. Whew. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll go with the Hardys not to win. If they just let him wrestle like they have been with Chad Gable and SmackDown, he'd be over. But they don't, so he's not. Moving on to the main show now, we have Brock Lesnar vs Roman Reigns vs Samoa Joe vs Braun Strowman, Fatal 4-Way Universal Title. And Lesnar and Heyman said if Brock loses, he will leave WWE, and Heyman as well. Now, what I don't get is how unconfident Paul Heyman is in Brock Lesnar. That's what I don't get. Every week he's coming out and he's like not confident that Brock could beat these guys. I'm like, what? Brock's a beast. Why not just... I don't get the fear that he has that Brock can't beat all three of them. Now, I get it. You know, they're all three great guys, but I was surprised at just how fearful he was that Brock was going to lose. It kind of made him look a bit weak, in my opinion. But anyways, the build has been okay to this. Like that triple threat thing they had a few weeks ago, I expected so much more. And it should have been the main event, but they put Big Show and Big Cass as the main event. Okay. But I was expecting so much more from that match. It wasn't like it was a bad match, but I expected so much more. And then there was Reigns Strowman at a last man standing match, which had a dumb as fuck ending. Braun was lying down for ages, then Roman gets up, and Samoa Joe comes and attacks him, but the ref doesn't keep counting Strowman. And then Reigns is down again, and then he counts again. And then Braun, like right at the 8 count, just all of a sudden just boom, up. Doesn't even sell out or anything, and just gets up. And then he won. And I was like, what the fuck? Who the hell thought that was a good idea? That just didn't make any sense to me. But as for this, I want to see Braun Strowman win. Now, a lot of people are saying like a well, it's kind of a mixed bag, people are saying, but it seems like I've seen a few people saying Strowman or Joe to win. I want to see Strowman win. I love Braun Strowman. I'd love to see him as champion. I think he's great. But then other people say, oh, Brock Lesnar's still going to hold on to it and keep it till next year or whatever. I hope not. I want to see Strowman or Joe. Hell, even Reigns. Just someone else win it, you know. I'd like to see someone else win it. I'm going for Braun. I love him. Moving on, we have Naomi versus Natalya for the Women's Championship on SmackDown. They haven't done a whole lot to build to this match, in my opinion, and it was the first match announced for this show. I don't think they've really done a lot. They've had Carmella. It seems to be more focused on Carmella as Money in the Bank than the feud between Naomi and Natalya. There should have been more done between the two. I feel like they've made Naomi very cocky now that she's champion. She seems very, very cocky, in my opinion. Very, very confident. Maybe to a bad degree or whatever. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say because nothing's really happened. Just Carmella's been there, you know. Cutting some awesome promos, I'll say that. I think Carmella's really good. I think she's doing great as a heel. And James Ellsworth just returned, which Naomi fucked up. She just fell off the turnbuckle before Ellsworth even pushed her off. I was like, why the fuck would you do that? It's not fell. She jumped off. I was like, your cue is for Ellsworth to push you off. You don't fall off yourself, you idiot. But yeah, I like the Ellsworth and Carmella. I think they're great little heel duo. And Carmella's the best heel on SmackDown. Hell, I'd probably say she's the best female heel right now. I think she's awesome. But as for this, I could see Carmella cashing in here. It would probably be a good moment. But I don't know if I see Natalya winning. I don't know. I don't think it would be good for Natalya to win and then lose. But it could happen. That's happened before in the past. I'll go with Naomi for the win. Do I expect a good match? I don't know. Lost in the shuffle, really, I would say, even if it was. So moving on, we have Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's title. Essentially only been 2 weeks of build to this, and one of the weeks was just a match and Sasha getting in here because Bayley got injured, and then this week, I don't even remember what happened this week between the two. Probably another meaningless match. I don't remember. I do not remember what happened between these two. I think Alexa was out on a no. She just won the match this week. That's right. Sasha just won the match this week, beating Nia to get in here. So there's really no build between the two. There's no promos. There's no attacks. Just nothing. So I don't really care. So I'll go with I would prefer Alexa to win. I think. But I wouldn't be opposed to Sasha or that winning again. But the two fan bases, you know, going nuts at each other, very passionate, maybe not the right word to use, but very passionate people. Both support Sasha and both support Alexa. Maybe to a bad degree, because some of the comment section, not even just in WWE in general, is pretty cancerous, to be honest. I don't know the word, but it's just a waste of time even getting involved. Some of the stuff that people say, I would say it's trolling, you know, most of it, and stuff like against Shinsuke and bloody Finn, like the hate on those guys, just shocking. The WWE's comment section in the last few months has just gotten really bad. I used to read a lot of comments, but now I barely read any. It's just like, this is fucking stupid. Anyways, moving on. I'll go Alexa. But any of them could win. Moving on, we have Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship. One interaction with each other. That was this week, and I thought it was just okay. I was like, oh, okay, I suppose that's just simple and to the point, but that's it. Jinder beat Cena in a good match. That ending was insane, where Cena got landed on his neck. That was just, oh, that was so nasty. And then there was like an interview thing, which I thought was better because it get less of a chance for the crowd to sort of interrupt what Shinsuke was saying. But yeah, I didn't think they did a great job this week. I thought it could have been better, but I was like, okay, that's it. And then there wasn't even anything at the end of the show either for them to continue on the feud. But originally I read that it was supposed to be Shinsuke Cena here, and then Jinder and Khali versus Orton and somebody at SummerSlam. But Khali wasn't cleared to return. I mean, how can a guy that can barely walk ever been cleared to wrestle? Is something I don't get. But yeah, then bloody Jinder just, well, we'll speak about the whole Baron Corbin thing in a minute. But I don't know. I don't know if I see Shinsuke winning. I think he's not going to be a good WWE champion, because I just don't think he's going to be booked well. Like, promo wise, I don't think they're going to, you know, do him any justice. I felt they did you know, pretty good at NXT, probably because they had more leeway and probably had more better people guiding him, and now he just juiced some shit. So I don't know if I see him winning. And I'm kind of liking Jinder's reign. I think he's a great heel. So I don't know. I could see Shinsuke winning, but I don't know. I just don't really. I'm not invested in this because, well, there's nothing really happened for me to be invested in it. Like, you look at the WWE Championship here, and look at it a year ago with Dean and Ziggler. Dean and Ziggler, I thought, had a lot of good promos in that together, and really built up towards their match well. They haven't done a good job here. I'll go Shinsuke because I think that's probably what will happen, but I wouldn't be I wouldn't be against Jinder winning. Now we have AJ versus Kevin Owens for the US title with Shane McMahon as special guest referee. Build has been okay, I guess. It's a whole thing where bloody, I don't know if the last time I spoke AJ became champion yet. I can't remember. It's been too much wrestling. But AJ became champion again, and then they had a rematch, and then Owens got screwed by the ref after punching him. And then Shane McMahon's now the ref, and they've both had the accidental hits where, you know, AJ accidentally hit Shane, Kevin accidentally hit Shane. But then the commentators are like, oh well, was that an accident? I hate when they do this. They do it all the time. It's so obvious that it was an accident. If you want to look at it in a kayfabe way, it's so obvious that it was. But no, they're like, oh well, I didn't know if that was an accident. That didn't look like an accident to me. He was clearly aiming for his opponent. His opponent got out of the way, and he hit the other guy. Logic isn't so common these days. I would rather see AJ win, but I don't really care because the matches aren't living up to what they should be from these guys. These guys should be delivering amazing matches, and I don't think they have. So I don't really have anything else to say. I'll go with AJ Styles, with possible Shane shenanigans. Could see Kevin Owens and Shane maybe feuding in the future. But people are like, oh well, it's going to be Shane and Owens at Survivor Series, but you do realise there's 47 pay-per-views between now and then. You know, they got to fill those pay-per-views up. So, you know, that's a long way to wait for then. Moving on, we have Randy Orton versus Rusev. This is probably a match I don't think should even really be happening here. Doesn't seem necessary. Pretty much the whole thing built to this. A couple RKOs. Rusev kicked Orton at the end of a show. Rusev pretty much just said that he wanted to fight. He wanted a match at SummerSlam. Then Orton came out. That's about it, really. It's just a couple RKOs. Rusev got a kick in. That's about it. So I don't really care. Rusev should win, but I don't think Orton's going to lose like 5 pay-per-views in a row. So I'll go Orton. Moving on. Big Show, Big Cass, and Enzo Amore is going to be suspended in a shark cage. The more interesting stuff here isn't even happening on Raw. It's all these stories that are coming out about Enzo and all this stupid shit he's doing backstage. It's just like, what the fuck, Enzo? What are you doing? I'm not even going to get into all that stuff, but I read that they want to... The reason they're putting Enzo in a shark cage is because he is afraid of heights, and they want to get back at him for all this shit that he's doing. Maybe not the best way to go about things. Why don't you just put him in a match with Braun Strowman and just have Strowman absolutely annihilate him or something, you know? But then some people were saying, like I said, I read a thing just now that they could see Enzo turning heel and rejoining Cass. I don't know about that. Like, I don't know how that would work, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. I guess I'm interested to see how they would do it, but I don't think they would really do it well, because I don't think they've done a great deal with Cass. I don't think he's just doing amazing. I thought he did a bit better this week. He seemed to be doing a bit better in his promo. Like when he first started and he did that whole... Well, the crowd wasn't even reacting that much. I mean, they were by the time he finished bloody fucking about with him, where he just would speak a little bit, and they sort of slightly booed to begin with, and he stopped. And I'm like... And then he did it again and again. And yeah, the crowd got louder, but I was like, was this the plan, or was that just you being a ferret? Because it didn't seem like it needed to happen. And I was like, just fucking speak over them. Like, when crowds start doing that, I'm like, just keep speaking. Just do your thing, you know? They're not going to fucking let up. Just get on with it. But yeah, I thought he was alright there. He was a bit better there, you know? Usually he's pretty robotic and terrible, but he was a bit better there. This whole Big Show, Big Cass feud, I don't know what to think of it, really. It's kind of weird. Like, Big Show legit punched the shit out of Cass a couple of weeks ago. Oh, that was nasty. He legit hit him in the face. It looked sore as hell. But, yeah, I don't really know what to think of it. Enzo just keeps sort of getting in the Cass's way, or sort of costing Big Show. I don't really care about it. It's just shit, really. I'll go with Big Cass winning. It would make sense, but I don't know. Moving on, we have Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. They had a match on Raw this week, which I thought was kind of weird, but then what I didn't like, I didn't mind Bray winning, which was good. It's good to see Bray actually getting a win, because people are always like, oh, Bray loses all the time. Well, he's won a lot lately, so that's pretty good. But then he dumped bloody... they called it like a viscous acid, but if you look up viscous, it means like the organs and stuff, so I'm assuming it was pretty much just their PJ bullshit way of not saying blood. You know, they like to do things like that, where they use all these fancy words to sort of cover up what they're actually saying. So, and then afterwards, it seemed obvious to me, Finn had a promo and said he has his demons too, and the crowd popped wild for that. But oh no, we gotta make a stupid announcement afterwards. We were like, oh, Finn is bringing the demon to Raw, and the picture of it and everything. I'm like, that didn't need to happen. Maybe just me being nitpicky, but that didn't need to be said. It was obvious what was gonna happen there. But no, they had to announce it and everything. I was just like, that was unnecessary. But I would imagine Finn will win here. If he's bringing the demon in that, I would say he'll win. But I don't really have a whole lot to say about this thing. I thought it's been okay. Some of the stuff they've done has been alright, like Finn getting the upper hand in the mind games. I thought that's been alright. Don't really have a whole lot to say about the feud. Some people, like, I just seen a thing where somebody says, it was a tweet on Twitter or something about where Finn realized, or I can't remember what he said, but it was like Finn realized what Bray Wyatt did or something. I can't remember, but somebody responded, was like, oh, good, glad to know that Finn knows, because I have no idea why these two are feuding or something like that. And I was like, well, it makes sense. You can't really make much sense of Bray's promos. Just sort of the same shit all the time. Yeah, moving on. Cena, Corbin. This one, I don't know what to say about this. Like, bloody Corbin lost his Money in the Bank this week. People are not happy about that. People going nuts at Road Dogg about that. I don't think that's a Road Dogg decision. Like, I really don't. I think that's a Vince decision in my opinion. But apparently Corbin's pissed some people off due to some stuff on Twitter. Like he was getting into it with Dave Meltzer, and blocking some WWE employees, and something to do with a military guy. I don't know, but he bloody, like, when he came out this week and attacked Cena, and then he walked away, and I was like, legit saying this out loud. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why even have this if you're just not gonna have him cash in? Like, it's a perfect opportunity. Cena just destroyed Mahal, and he walks away, and then he turns around and comes back, cashes it in, and I hate the whole thing where now they have to have the person on their feet, where numerous times in the past they've just rung the bell. Like, that shit's so stupid. Just ring the fucking bell. I think that just kind of destroys it in a little way. It destroys the whole cash-in thing. It makes it look stupid. But yeah, bloody Cena bloody distracted him. Like, Corbin was sitting there looking at him every 2 seconds, and then bloody rings the bell. He punches Cena. Jinder rolls him up and gets the win. Like, his shoulder was up and everything. Not like big time noticeability of it, but it was, and Jinder just feet in the ropes. But Corbin lost. I was just stunned at this point. The rest of the show, once it ended, I was like, what the fuck just happened? Shocked the hell out of me. Did not see that coming at all. This should lead to a Neville situation where Corbin should just go nuts and should just destroy people, and it should lead to a more dominant Corbin. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to lose to Cena. I just think he's going to lose to Cena. I don't see Cena losing to him. I don't really have much. Maybe it's because of the whole Corbin not getting into it with Nikki on Twitter. Maybe that's the reason that he's been buried. Can't have Nikki looking bad. Oh no. So yeah, I'll go with Cena for that one. And then finally, 20 fucking minutes later, we have Cesaro and Sheamus versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins for the Raw Tag Team titles. Now this one's been actually building okay. I like this one. There was actually a thing just last night where some bloody 2K18 party thing or something, I don't know, where they were both being interviewed by that Rosenberg ferret, and then they started, throwing chairs at each other and shit, and water at each other. It was kind of funny. But yeah, the whole Dean and Seth getting back together, I thought that was done really well in my opinion. Like, there was a thing where when they first sort of did the tag match, and like they sort of did like that quick hug thing. Like, apparently Triple H was pissed at them for that. I didn't think it was too bad. They should have maybe just done like a handshake or something. I don't know. Maybe the hug thing wasn't the best thing, but I don't think it ruined it. I think, going by the crowd reactions this last couple of times where they try to do the fist thing, clearly it didn't affect it. So, but yeah, when they finally did, I thought that was an awesome moment. Like, they were both going back at each other this week, and then they started fighting, and then Cesaro and Sheamus came out, and then they got the upper hand of them, and then just all of a sudden, just boom, and that pop. It's like, yep, you did it right. You did it right. But some people were saying that they want Dean and Seth to win here and then come out and help Roman later and reform the Shield. I just don't know if I see that happen. I can't see them, like, having Roman, winning that way. I just don't know if I can see them winning the big title that way. I don't know if they would do that. And if they did, I think Roman would be pissed at them. That's how they would book it. They would be pissed at Dean and then he would just be on his own. I don't know. I just can't see it for some reason. But anyways, this thing, I would expect Dean and Seth to win. It's a kind of a big deal, them getting back together. So I would expect them to win. But I think this could be a good match. Cesaro and Sheamus are known for having good matches. And Dean and Seth together having matches against each other have always had good matches. Not so much with some other people. But I could see a good match here. I expect Dean and Seth to win, so I'm going to go Dean and Seth. There you have it. It's my predictions. Very long video. Just a lot of unnecessariness there, in my opinion. But anywho's, that is it done. So feel free to tell me your predictions. But I think this I know I've said this before, but I think this might be the last one. The last one of these video things I do. I just get no feedback on that, on these, or any of my videos really. I just don't see the point of continuing. Since this is a really big one, I try and make them quick, but look at this, 25 minutes. Same with the reviews. I try and make them quick, and then it can get longer. I don't really know if what I'm doing wrong, how they end up so long, but I don't feel like I'm talking about them just that much. Yeah, there you have it. Anyways, so that's it. I have nothing else to say. Hopefully it's good, but it's like bloody 6 hours long, so I don't agree with it at all. But then again, a couple of years ago, whenever it was the same length, and I really liked the SummerSlam 2015. That was like my favorite pay-per-view that year. So yeah, here's hoping it's good, but I don't know. It's just unnecessary, a lot of it. So that's it. See you later.